Andre, I'm not sure how much you are on social media, but I saw it trending on my timeline today, so I had to bring it up. From what we understand and all the information available to us, and I'm sure you're very invested in this topic, Pokimane has a boyfriend.
Oh boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's another day in quarantine and in the middle of COVID, which means that, well, it's another day away from our $1 million studio that we built to make this show as great as possible. There's some pros and cons to it. The cons are that I can't sit there and hold Matt's hand like we normally did whenever we filmed the CouRage and Nadeshot Show. But the good news is it gives us the ability to get on great guests like our guest today while they're halfway across the North American continent. Our guest today, I'm sure you all know him very well for his handsome face, his ability to dominate different online games, and the fact that he drives a really cool Lamborghini that makes me jealous every single day. It's the one, the only typical gamer. TG, what up, boy? How you doing?
Thank you, man. I appreciate that very generous intro. I'm doing great. How are you doing, man?
I'm good. I just played 6 hours of Warzone, where the last 2 hours skill-based matchmaking fully kicked in. So just happy I didn't put my head through a wall.
Oh,
And,
so full tilt.
Oh, absolutely. Full-fledged tilt. And as always, I'm joined by my lovely co-host, Nadeshot. Nadeshot's Tesla just had a second day in a row where his tire was flat. So Matt is just as tilted as I am.
Not only do I not have a Lamborghini, but I also have a car. Well, I'm very spoiled and flattered and lucky enough to have a Tesla. So I don't mean to sound as if I'm rolling around in my original 2004 Dodge Intrepid, my first car ever. But it is annoying to deal with two flat tires consecutively, especially when you think you've had it fixed. So Andre, aka Typical Gamer, not only does he represent everything that Jack introed him as, but I want him to have the credit that he deserves. He has one of the original YouTube streamers. I like to attribute a lot of people spending time on the platform with live streaming gaming due to his success. He has over 10 million subs, more than 2.6 billion views across his YouTube channels. I mean, just staggering numbers. Just for context, everyone, I've been doing YouTube for 7 to 8, 9, 10 since 2010. And between both my channels, I don't even think I have 1 billion views. So TG over here is much more relevant than me. And we're excited to have him on the show. And I've known him for a long time. I've always been a big fan, Andre. You know that every time we see each other at events, we always have a great time hanging out, kicking it, getting caught up. But how is life in Canada during quarantine, man? I need an update.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, I think you guys are getting hit a lot harder than us over here. Everyone's still being safe, but here in Vancouver, things have pretty much opened up, and people are still being cautious, wearing masks and stuff. But a lot of different venues and places to go are open. So
now, I asked this question to my buddies on the golf course the other day because I wasn't sure, and I talked a little bit about it on stream as well. So obviously in the US, you have essentially a line drawn down the middle. You have the left, you have the right, and a small percentage of the left, and maybe even a small percentage of the right, refuse to wear masks for multiple different reasons. I don't want to jump too far down that rabbit hole because it's not as important as the topics I want to talk to you about. But I'm curious, do you guys have people in Canada that are similar to some of the Americans that we have here in the US that just refuse to wear masks? Are there people that just bring it up and say, I'm not going to do that because God doesn't want me to, or you're taking away my freedom? Are there situations where you guys run into that?
I feel like that is kind of a people issue at that point, and I'm sure it does happen here, but I haven't had cable in the longest time. I don't really watch the news, so I feel like my opinion might be a bit outdated with what's actually going on. But in terms of people I know, everyone's putting on the mask. They're trying to make sure that not only they protect themselves, but most importantly, others who need protecting.
You love to hear that.
Good.
Yeah, so that I guess that's the reason why I asked the question and brought it up, because it's you hear about these people that just refuse to wear it here in America, but I wonder if that happens in other countries too, because I know America always has the spotlight on it, and a lot of people disagree with people in our country and their beliefs. So I was curious if it happens other places.
We suck right now.
Yeah,
there's no way to put it. Yeah. But TG, bro, I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of jealous right now, Doug. You've been
jealous, Jack.
You've been hitting the go live button on some of these Fortnite streams and got 2 football stadiums watching you, man. You got two Yankee stadiums watching you, 100K peak or concurrence. What the hell? Can you even believe that that's real life?
I mean, at a certain point, I just look at it. I'm like, I just try to keep up with Chag. It's harder and harder, but it's insanity, and it's just gotten crazier recently. I think from last year to this year, it's exploded. So it's crazy.
I think
what's
yeah,
go ahead. Well, I was gonna say it's unbelievable too, because a lot of times when creators have been around as long as you have, sometimes you see their viewership and their subscriber base diminish, whereas you have only gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. And like I said at the beginning, one of the original creators in the gaming community to be a full-time YouTube streamer. And that was something that I don't think a lot of people had confidence in. I don't think anybody you wanted to take the risk to jump from Twitch to YouTube. And I think it was really smart, especially too, because I remember back in the day when you were live streaming on YouTube, you were probably the sole reason why I wanted to stream there as well, because the algorithm in gaming was feeding directly back into your YouTube channel, right? So if you were live, had a certain amount of viewers, had a certain amount of people chatting, all of that traffic that you had from the stream would then carry over to the video as soon as you ended your stream, and then would send you even further up the algorithm. Is that like an accurate way of describing that?
You pretty much nailed it. It was the golden era of streams to VOD for sure. Whatever happened then, which my theory was that the comments would actually carry over. So when that stream finished, there would be like 70, 80,000 comments on that stream, which is now a video. And YouTube treated that as, oh, this is a video that a lot of people are talking about. We should show this to other people. So it then, like, if you look back in my catalog from 2013, you had videos hitting 8, 9, 10 million views on the regular. So it was pretty insane.
And then CPMs, bro, the 2013 CPMs, my man bossed up and bought a Lamborghini. Bro, you could have probably, for 8, 9, 10 million views, you probably could have bought a Lamborghini after a month.
I don't know. I waited a little bit. A few years later, and then I don't think buying that car is ever probably a good idea, but I decided to pull the trigger after a few years because
same, bro.
It's one of those goals. Right?
Enjoy yourself, man.
You got to, man. You got to, especially when you work as hard as you. Yeah. What's funny is I actually, because I was just doing a little bit of research prior to this, but I was blown away because recently there's been a lot of discussion about running YouTube channels, especially throughout all the Twitch streamers and the guys playing Warzone, and people are putting in more effort and trying to figure things out. And Tim, like literally Tim the Tapman today started a second channel. It's something that I'm probably going to do this weekend as well. Like that we've realized that there's so much stuff that happens on streaming that we create that can easily become videos in and of itself. And your second channel right now, I went to it and my jaw literally dropped. I mean,
well, now I gotta look.
You have 1 million subs and are averaging 1.5 million views a video. What in fuck's name is going on? Can you even? You even have to be like, holy shit, what's going on right now?
Yeah, I mean, when you start projects, you never have a crystal ball to look into things. But I was always kind of confident in my ability to take VODs to the next level, just with the way that I do my main channel, or I don't even know if I should call it my main channel anymore, because the other one's about to get more views in a month than I ever did on my main channel. So, but with that channel,
you're the goat, bro. You are the goat.
well, on that channel, I stream and then it turns into a video, and that's like a 2, 3, 4 hour long video. A lot of people, when they see that, they don't click on that, right?
For sure.
But I've over the years, I've developed a fan base where people who don't watch the stream live will end up watching it afterwards. So a lot of my views on that channel do come from people watching those 2, 3, 4 hour long VODs.
Yeah.
But I wanted to kind of capture that other audience that wasn't interested in that. And initially, TG Plays was going to be a highlights channel, which I still plan on doing. But it seems to me that kind of creative content was what kind of pushed it forward and made that channel thrive. So that's kind of what I'm going towards. No, I could not have predicted how well it would go. I'm pleasantly surprised. I thought maybe in a year from when I started it, I would hit like 10, 20 million views a month. But in just 4 months, we're at 1 million subscribers and about to crack 60 million views a month. So I'm very pleasantly surprised.
Well, Andre, let me tell you this. I'm not getting a million views a video, and I don't upload every single day. So I started 100 Thieves, and thankfully we have sponsors that support this organization because I do not have the significant revenue streams that you have individually yourself. So we're going to do a couple of ad reads here, give a couple shout outs to some of the people that support our organization and this podcast. First off, we're going to start with Chipotle. I eat it every day. Not a lie. It is the actual truth. Shout out to Chipotle for their amazing food in partnership with 100 Thieves. If you didn't catch it, Frosty, Valkyrie, and I, this was a great video that was uploaded today. But when you're watching this, it was going to be, a couple days back. If you didn't catch it, Frosty, Valkyrie, and I made our own homemade Chipotle guacamole. And of course, I made the best version with a little help, but that's besides the point. I had a blast recreating their recipe. And it definitely was not as easy as you'd think, because not only did we not make the full portion of the guacamole that they make for the, each segment of the day that a Chipotle store is open, but we did like a fourth of the recipe, and it was so many avocados. It took forever as someone who's not familiar with making guacamole, but it was a lot of fun. So you guys should check out the video.
Yeah, no, that was, I'm going to watch that after this. I heard Frosty, as always, is an absolute bum in it. So I like to laugh at him, so I'll be sure to tune in. As you guys know, Chipotle, got to show love to them at Chipotle tweets on Twitter, twitch.tv/Chipotle on Twitch, and at Chipotle on Instagram. Also, make sure to join the Chipotle rewards on the Chipotle app with celebrating the National Avocado Day last week. There's very special surprises coming soon that everyone's going to love. So, as always, shout out to Chipotle and the other group and people, fantastic individuals that always support us, is Cash App. If you don't use Cash App, then, well, there's no way to put it. Fuck you. Cash App is the number one way to spend, save, and do everything you need to on the internet with your money. Okay. Like, you use Cash App. It's pretty simple. If you're unfollowing Cash App on Twitch, you're missing out on a lot of opportunities to earn free cash. Cash App hosts free cash giveaways all the time on their Twitch channel. You can be sure to stay up to date to see great live content alongside ways to win free cash. You may also even see some of your favorite 100 Thieves creators up there. But we'll see who winds up showing on up. But we also are really happy that Cash App continues to work with and support the Gamers Outreach Foundation, as you guys have heard. But if you haven't done it yet after listening on the show, then I'm just going to call you stupid. So go do it right now. Literally go do it right now. If you're watching this, you don't have Cash App, pause this for a second, go to the App Store or Google Play Store, download Cash App, use the promo code THIEVES, THIEVES, and not only will you receive $10 free from thin air, but the Gamers Outreach Foundation will receive $10 to help support kids dealing with long-term treatment in hospitals. It's a win-win across the board. So go do it. Thank you, as always, to Cash App. And again, use promo code THIEVES when downloading Cash App from the App Store, Google Play Store today.
Thank you, Andre, for your patience. Jack just knocked that out of the park, but we always got to show love, man, for people that make this possible. Andre, I'm not sure how much you are on social media, but I saw it trending on my timeline today, so I had to bring it up. From what we understand and all the information available to us, and I'm sure you're very invested in this topic, Pokimane has a boyfriend.
Oh boy.
Wait, what? Did she actually?
Well, it was trending all over.
So is it true? Is that a thing?
I think, from what I'm understanding, the YouTuber Leafy tried to create like a content cop type video about her.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing, I haven't been able to watch it yet, but yeah, it's 12 minutes long, so I haven't been able to see it, but I'm assuming that it's something similar to what or something about that happens in the video. I don't know.
I don't know. I just saw it trending and I wasn't sure. Maybe Jack, you know a little bit about it. I think people need to cut Pokimane some slack. All the interactions I've had with her in real life and in person, she has been very kind, very nice, very sweet. And I know a lot of her viewers are very invested in her life. And if she has a boyfriend, that's great. That is awesome. I mean, nobody should hate another individual so much that they don't want to see them be happy and live their life and have healthy relationships with other individuals. And whether you like her content or not, why do you have to be so rude and so mean? And I'm going to get called a simp, but that's only coming from my personal interactions with Pokimane. It's all been positive. I don't have a bad thing to say about her, and I hope she finds happiness with whatever she does.
Simp is the new buzzword, man. You do anything, and there's like simp.
Yeah, simping ain't easy.
My girlfriend brought me food, and I'm like, thank you. And people are like, simp. simp. I'm like, oh my gosh. We got different definitions, I guess.
You can't catch a break. You can't catch a break with that one. What's funny is there's how people like use it as like almost like a roast word now. There's a Call of Duty pro player who's named Simp that has been named Simp for like 5 years. And now his name, like every time I watched it the other day with some people who don't watch Call of Duty, some of Maddie's family, and they were like, is his name Simp? And I'm like, yeah, I feel bad. His name's been Simp for so long. And then now it's like this word that people use to try to bring others down. Like, can't we all just get along on the damn internet, man? Can't I throw out a compliment and not be called a simp?
Wouldn't that be great?
It is pretty ridiculous. I've dealt with the same things as Andre before. If like Haley comes in and brings me a snack or some sliced up apples with peanut butter, and I say thank you, it's just simp. And I'm like, all right, hey, bros, I love being a simp. Andre, a little bit more relevant to the gaming space and the industry where you've found a ton of success. So for me, I feel like what's most impressive about your career is your ability to move from game to game and find success. A lot of people, pigeonhole themselves in one individual title and have a hard time transplanting that audience into different directions. And obviously, I think you had a ton of success with Grand Theft Auto, right? And then, Red Dead Redemption and Fortnite and PUBG and all these games. What is your life going to be, and how are you going to feel when the next Grand Theft Auto is finally announced? And I know you've worked with Rockstar closely before, bro. You have to have some sort of intel or some insider information.
Come on.
I don't care if you signed an NDA. The CouRage and Nadeshot Show is the place to break it.
Yep.
All right, let me tell you the big news. I know absolutely nothing at all. I mean, I'm friends with some of the guys who are at Rockstar, and they run a tight ship there. They won't let anything out, and all I can say is they're great people. They make great games, and when GTA 6 does come out, I've said it before. I'm like, I could stop streaming right now, but you bet your bottom dollar I would be back the day that game releases. I am so hyped for it. But surprisingly enough, GTA 5 doesn't sound like it's going anywhere. It's been out since 2013. Almost coming up on 7 years, I think, since the release. And from what I know, GTA Online has had its most popular month every month since like the last few months. So I think that they're just going to keep, working that. And they're doing a great job. The updates are fun. And how can you complain? I mean, the framework there is just perfect. Like, it's great. Who doesn't love cars, right? Who doesn't love heists? All that stuff is great.
Well, the only thing, the framework isn't, it's the opposite. The framework isn't there. The game is great, but the damn framework of the online system, my ass signs on and I'm getting hit offline. I downloaded a goddamn VPN. The whole 100 Thieves house got shut down for 3 effing days. I messaged you. I messaged Avery. I messaged everybody. I tried to get help from Rockstar. Nothing, dog. I want to stream that game online so bad, but I got little Timmy 27 who Googled how to be a dick face on GTA 5 online, and now I can't stream the game. And I want to do it more, but it's just like with how much I stream, it's so tough to like then get offline and record offline, or I have to miss stream days to record. And it's like, gosh, bro, I wanted to play that game so much more. It was so fun with Wildcat and Marcel and those guys, and now I just haven't more because of those online issues. With that said, if you take that and get rid of all those issues for GTA 6, bro, and GTA, the next iteration of GTA, oh my God, man.
I agree with you. I think when I said framework, I meant the gameplay framework, multiplayer framework in terms of loading screens, those issues with connectivity and all that other stuff. I think that definitely needs some work. But in terms of gameplay itself, absolutely fantastic.
Dude, Mr. Beast just tweeted it. Mr. Beast started a gaming channel recently, and he's literally he just tweeted like earlier today. He was like, wow, they played GTA 5 without breaking any laws 4 days ago, and his videos already almost had 11 million views. And like between obviously yes, Mr. Beast is a household name in America, but it's insane that like a game like GTA, you can do that, and people will just want to tune in still because they love watching GTA. People love watching and seeing GTA, and there's so many things you can do that. When GTA 6 comes out, bro, listen, I'm going to be sending some messages.
Mr. Beast really the GOAT. Hey, Andre, let me ask you this in reference to Grand Theft Auto 6. If you had to choose a era or city for the game to take place in, what would it be? If you had to pick the golden age for you and an environment you'd like to interact with every day.
Look, man, I mean, I might be partial because I'm Canadian, but I'd go back to hometown Toronto, throw in some Canadian stuff. But I feel like to be the most relevant to, it would probably have to be in the US still. I wouldn't mind going back to like Miami, like Vice City style stuff. I feel like they hit California a few times, San Andreas and in the most recent one.
Yep.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind even if it was again in California. Just they kill it every single time. I mean, you saw it with Red Dead Redemption 2, you saw it with GTA. Every single game that Rockstar puts out is just a banger. So I trust them to go off on whatever idea they have. But definitely would love to see Miami. I've never been to Miami, but it looks like a lot of fun.
You never been to Miami?
No,
I've never been
golfing either, man.
I've never been to Miami either.
Oh, you never been golfing, but
I've never been golfing.
wait, hold on, bro. All that money you got, you never been to Miami and never golfed?
No, now they're never. I stay home all the time, man. That's
Fuck the
it.
Lamborghini, bro. You ain't using that wealth the right way. We need to
You gotta
take
take me
to
golfing
11,
next
bro.
time.
We need to take we're gonna all right. We'll go to 11 first, then we'll go to the golf course.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means. So
Oh, shit.
let's do that.
Look at Matt's face. That's all you need to know, brother.
He looks so excited though. Look at
Let
him.
me tell you a little something about 11. No, we don't need to go into it. I'll tell you about it offline, so I can give you the real story. It's a fantastic club in the heart of Miami, where I like to spend my time while I'm there.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
Great chicken wings.
Great chicken.
They're
wing.
known for their chicken wings.
It sounds a little more sinister now that we're not talking about it.
Absolutely, they're chicken wings.
No,
man.
11 is basically so 11 in Miami is a place that a lot of people go. A lot of artists actually perform there. When I was there, Cardi B was performing there. Another time that I was supposed to be there, Drake had his his album release celebration there. It's a club that doesn't close. So when you leave the building, it's at 4 a.m. There's a line around the corner to get in. It's a club just like any other one that you might go to in LA or New York, but it's also a strip club at the same time.
There we go. That was the secret point.
Hey, but you know what? It's fine. People are working.
Yeah, no, that's fine. When you said Drake was performing there, now I'm a little confused. What do you mean performing?
Like,
I'm just kidding. It was a joke.
well, hold on, Andre.
It was a joke.
I'd still tune in.
You're gonna have to.
What? and cut.
We added 100 thieves.
Yo, hey, come on, bro. So I do want to ask, because you and I both stream exclusively on YouTube. So far, it's been pretty good to me. Today was one of those crazy days, but signing that deal with YouTube, I talked about was like a life-changing decision. Obviously, because that's such a presence on Twitch. Was there any moment for you where you were like, "Hey Twitch, hey Mixer, hey Facebook, I'll come on over there and bring this YouTube audience and stream if y'all give me the bag," or was it just like, "I'm team YouTube, let's get this out of the way and let's get this signed"? Like, what was your mindset with that?
So to kick it all the way back, like I started streaming back in 2008 on Justin TV. So before Twitch was Twitch, right? So that was 12 years ago. So what was I, 16? That was pretty much the dawn of streaming, I would say. Maybe a few years back was the actual dawn, but I moved from there to Twitch, and I started YouTube in 2010, and then I started streaming on YouTube in 2013, pretty much when they released that live streaming feature. I think I streamed the day of my first stream was when they released that.
Yeah.
So, it holds a special place in my heart. My heart's all about streaming, and there was talks to other places, but the fit would have to be perfect for me to switch. That's what
How much money would it take for you to move over to another platform? No, I'm serious.
I think it's
give me like a ballpark number.
Yeah, I don't know if I could come up with that number. Sometimes the best negotiations is not specific, right?
Hey,
Yeah, right. But maybe do it in units of like Lamborghinis. How many like MSRP Lamborghinis would it take for you to switch over to a platform
do it
for
in
1 year?
gallons of water multiplied by the codependent angle. No,
The circumference.
I would need at least
Pythagorean
75 lambs, bro. This
Look,
would have a
man,
whole herd
to switch, I would have to make sure to continue to secure my future, and more importantly, provide a great space for me and the people who have made it possible, my fans and all that.
Andre, you're if I remember correctly, you're a big NBA fan, right?
I have been to a few games. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? What's great about right now is that the NBA just tipped off for the first time pre-corona or post coronavirus, and Lonzo Ball and the Pelicans are playing. I got it on my other monitor. I'm a big Lonzo Ball fan.
I know.
And Zion just scored his first bucket post-COVID, first points for the Pelicans, 3-point play. Crazy.
That's what I like to hear, man. I'm coming off the Raptors winning, so that's always a good feeling. And I'm still curious. I mean, it interrupted a bit with everything going on, but I'm curious how they're going to do this season without, the big man Kawhi.
Yeah,
but they're doing pretty good.
Were you there for any of the celebration? Like, did you go to any of the?
So funny story. So I think was it Game 5? I think it was Game 5, and Toronto was up 3-1. I flew from Vancouver to Toronto for the home game because I'm like, this could be. It was like a last minute decision a few days before, so it was pretty expensive, but I figured this is going to be a once in a lifetime celebration if it does go through. In my hometown of Toronto, Toronto doesn't win anything. Hockey, nothing.
Wait, you guys are winning.
Nothing.
Drake's from Toronto, bro. You guys are winning every day.
I mean, sports wise, and I mean, I don't count baseball because I don't really watch baseball, but like, I was like, I need to be there if this thing happens, and I was there. Game 5, I think it was Game 5, I think. And it was down to the last quarter, and Toronto was down, and then they went up 10 with like a few minutes to go. And I've never been in a more electric environment. It gave me goosebumps. Everyone was going crazy because it looks like they were going to lose. Now they're up 10, and they end up losing the game. But I have never experienced anything like that. I can only imagine if they won at that home game, how it would have been. Insane.
It would have been a madhouse, man. It would have been a madhouse. Hey, either way, man, they ended up winning the whole thing. So how can you be upset? But I totally hear you.
Dude, I remember right after that, and then Drake posted on his story that he was posting 2 new songs to celebrate the Raptors championship. And I was like, gosh, Canada's just winning right now. It's just back-to-back dubs. But you know what? Shit. Y'all are still just America's top hat.
Whoa.
I'm about to fight Canada. I actually love Canada for poutine. I loved the 2 times I've been to Toronto, and I did enjoy Quebec a lot. I went dog sledding.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, Quebec's awesome. A different, it feels almost like a different country when you go to Quebec compared to like Toronto.
Wait, can you speak any French? Un petit peu?
Je ne peux parler français beaucoup. That's it. That's all I know how to say. I probably pronounced it wrong. That was me saying I don't know how to speak.
No, you sounded pretty authentic. I went to Paris in February, so I'm a good gauge of proper French, obviously.
Kiss my ass, bro. Hey, this fool at the Canada was like, y'all got McDonald's.
No, Paris, bro. I've never. What sucks is I've actually never spent any meaningful time. The only time I ever went to Canada was for a tournament. It was Niagara Falls. So I would really love to go to Toronto because I heard it's like a combination of Chicago and New York. And that intrigues me a lot because there's aspects of New York that I like. Chicago I like because it's a little smaller, a lot cleaner. But I heard Toronto's incredible. And you live in Vancouver now. Could you ever see yourself moving back to Toronto, or now that you got all this money, maybe having a second location in Toronto?
Yeah, you see, being originally from Toronto, I have all my family there still, so that's important. But I'm trying to convince them to move here. I absolutely love Vancouver. Toronto's pretty flat. There's not like much scenery. I mean, there's the lake there and everything, but here you got the ocean. You got the beautiful mountains. The first time I came here, it was like divine seeing the mountains just towering over the city. You got the beautiful water. You could see like the mountains in Seattle from here. Just looks like they're painted in the sky. It was like a spiritual experience when I came here, just to see all that and to know that there's so much life around you and so many bigger things than just what you got going on. And I think it kind of humbles you, to be honest.
I want to go to Vancouver real bad. I made the mistake of promising my family a trip to Vancouver a couple of years ago, and then I never followed up on it. So I think that makes me a bad son. But
no, you got to do it. Especially
I want to come visit. Vancouver's one of the top places on my list to come visit. There, Mykonos, Greece.
Yes.
And I don't know.
Whenever I see
probably-
those like houses with like the like all white houses in Greece with like the
Bro.
bright blue water, I always want
catch
to
me
go.
there after a day in the sun, a little just white button down on with like 3 buttons open, chest hair out, glass of rosé in hand, 3 ice cubes in it, and,
Love to see it.
walking around in sandals, white pants, white shirt, 3 buttons down. I might wear a pinky ring. Shit, that
Jeez.
just sounds great, bro. Can this COVID shit end, bro? Get me
Right.
out there, man.
For real.
Andre, so a couple days ago, it was all the internet was talking about. It was trending, I think, worldwide, and every person in the gaming community had an opinion about it. Joe Rogan came on his podcast and referred to video games as dangerous, basically saying you spend all this time playing video games and investing your life and your effort and progress into these games, but it's meaningless outside of that actual video game. And so says it's pretty much pointless. Gaming isn't something you should spend time doing. He used jiu-jitsu as another example. If you get really good at jiu-jitsu, you become a master. And then when you become a master, you can even open up your own dojo. And I've heard people talk about the fact that Joe Rogan likes playing video games. He was a big Quake guy. And I think a lot of people were just surprised for him to talk about video games in this context. What are your thoughts? I mean, as someone who has dedicated his life to gaming, made a career out of gaming, do you agree with what he said? Is there anything that you'd like to say to Joe Rogan if you had him right in front of you about video games? I'm just curious where your head's
I think he's
at.
a good guy, man. I like his podcast and a lot of things that he says. I think with that, what he says could really apply to any form of entertainment. So I don't think it's really specific to gaming. I mean, you could watch movies, you could do other stuff that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to start your own movie company or something. Entertainment's entertainment, and people need entertainment, especially in times like these, right? You're all locked up at home, you need something to do. At the end of the day, it's fun. And of course, some people go off the deep end, but that's with anything, right? Too much of anything isn't good. And I mean, I will say in some games, there's some really addictive properties and they're made like that nowadays. But it's all self-control and it's what you do with it. I mean, my whole career is from gaming, right? There's people that make careers off reviewing movies or doing other fun things. It's not like the majority of people that do those things are going to go that path. But I think that he possibly underestimates the amount of people that do make a living from games, right? He probably just looks at the top people in the industry and goes like, this person's making millions, this person's making tens of millions. That's kind of where you have to be to make money. But there's so many people that make like a normal living from Twitch, from streaming, from YouTube that you don't really see because it's just a normal living, right? You kind of just pay attention to those making the extravagant ones, buying cars, all that jazz. And I feel like the industry is a lot bigger than he may know. So there is job potential to it, just like there is job potential if you do jiu-jitsu and want to open up your own dojo.
Yeah, if you have like 2,500 subs on Twitch, you're just based off that, you're what? Try to just do the quick math. But you're probably at like close to a $50,000 a year, type of income. That's not counting anything else that could come from that. But yeah, it's I didn't get to watch the whole segment, so I didn't give any thoughts online about it. But from what I've kind of gathered from everyone, it was the idea of like there are people that waste their life doing it. And I think it's very fair to say if you are someone, especially a younger person, that is letting themselves fall behind in the other aspects of life of, you're letting your school fall behind. You're not applying yourself at work. You aren't, trying to hold some sort of healthy social life. You are being detrimental to your own health because of playing video games. Absolutely, there is an absolute addiction with that. But as you mentioned, that can be put across to any sort of entertainment. But if you're someone that is applying themselves to stuff outside of games, you go to school, you finish your homework, and now you have free time, and you're but why not? If that's what you want to wind up doing, that's just like any other hobby. So I agree. Anything is bad when you let it take over your life and let the addiction take over, and you fall behind in other areas. But if you're handling your other stuff, what's stopping you from gaming and making that your hobby and some of my best friendships and relationships come through gaming. So I completely support it, and have loved every like nearly every minute I've spent playing games with friends. I wouldn't trade it for anything. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Me too.
I'm a huge fan of Joe Rogan, and I think he is a really, really smart guy. And I think his comments, in a way, have been taken out of context. You know, obviously with his background with gaming and his love for different types of games that he's played in the past, I agree with what you said too, Andre. I think there are qualities and aspects of games that developers have knowingly made addictive on purpose. You know, it's like when you look at crates from like CS:GO or unboxing, you know, virtual products within games. There's a lot of countries that are trying to outlaw it now because it really stimulates the same addiction that gambling can in a lot of ways, and that could be dangerous for young kids. I do agree with that, but I would agree, obviously, in my position with both of you, that it's just another form of entertainment, and just because you enjoy doing this, you don't need validation from somebody else in their opinion saying that it's a waste of time. And so I think anything in life, as long as you're taking care of yourself and you're taking care of your business, taking care of your family and your health, who's going to stop you and what's stopping you? So totally agree.
100%. Totally.
Yeah, I think that at the end of the day, bro, do what makes you happy, right? And when you learn, especially as you get older, like you only have a very short amount of time on this earth, and if what you're passionate about and enjoy is that, then hell, man, what's stopping you? Have fun with it, right?
I still can't fucking believe we have no idea what happened with Dr. Disrespect. I truly, you know, I thought after the first week we'd find out, it would leak, but holy shit, man.
I got a dono today.
It must be a true legal matter if nobody has found any inkling of what has happened. It's got to be under a lawsuit or an NDA or something. Andre, what was your first reaction when you heard about it?
I was surprised. I mean, I don't think anyone expected that. You know, there was some things he's done in the past that's got him temporarily banned, but nothing to at least anybody's knowledge recently that would have got him permanently banned. And I mean, he's not speaking up. Twitch isn't saying anything. I think they're definitely locked in some sort of legal battle. What that's over, I have no freaking clue at all. I can't even begin to fathom what that would be. And I'm even more surprised that nothing's leaked. I mean, even with some of the most, you know, legal intensive court battles, like stuff still leaks. I don't get how it hasn't.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm trying to find. I got a donation today that was obviously you can fake a name on a donation, but it was written in such a dark way with so many like dark tendencies that it's either someone who's playing like such a troll thing and they're going through and saying these things, but. Bro, I was convinced for a second that it could have been him. I know, dude. There have been so many people like Tim was streaming a few weeks ago, and it showed Dr. Disrespect has come online to play Warzone and all these little crumbs as the people joke about. So it's dude, it's pretty crazy to think. I mean, we reacted to it basically live when it happened with Lachlan here on the CouRage and Nadeshot Show, and here we are over a month later. It's now been over a month and nothing. So
it's ridiculous. I mean, and it came at like the perfect time with, you know, Mixer kind of dropping out of the streaming race, and with Ninja and Shroud coming up on their contracts, and it kind of seemed like maybe it had something to do with that. But at the same time, I don't think it does. But
dude, there's
hands up in the air, man.
Ninja's wife Jess, she tweeted out the other day something that blew my mind, and it was literally, imagine telling someone last year that Ninja, Shroud, and Doc would all not be streaming.
Yeah, dude, seriously.
Dude, Shroud hasn't tweeted in over a month. Ninja did one YouTube stream with us that popped off and did really well, but he's been gone now for over like close to a month. He's done one stream in the last month and a half, and obviously Doc is gone. I mean, those are three guys that a year ago would be far and away.
Hey, but really quickly, think about it. If I were Shroud or Ninja, right? Forget the fact that they're trying to figure out what platform they're going to next. Yeah. If I just got like a $30 million or $10 to $15 million payout, you wouldn't see my ass tweet for a year.
He's counting his bills the whole time.
I'll be like, hey, you know what, management team, you know, fuck it, bro. Give yourself like 20%. Go find me a new contract. I'm gonna be out in Bora Bora sipping Mai Tais until this shit passes over, bro. They got so much money. I'd be off the grid for like at least half a year. No bullshit, because the mystery, what the beautiful thing about their position is, I saw somebody bring up the fact, like, I can't believe that they haven't said anything, or I can't believe that they aren't tweeting or making Instagram stories or uploading YouTube video talking about the status of what's happening, and they're neglecting their audience. Look, dude, the beautiful thing about drama in the gaming community, when nobody has anything going, when nobody has any idea what's going on, that's when they care the most. So the longer these guys wait, in my opinion, the bigger the splash that they're going to make when they finally do come back to whatever platform that's going to be. It's always been the same way. Tifu got banned, he came back bigger. Doc got banned, came back bigger. It's how it always goes, dude. So these guys, enjoy your money. Take as much time as you need, because it's only going to be even fucking bigger the longer you wait.
I mean, dude, I thought it was really smart. I actually thought it was really smart for Ninja to go live on YouTube, hit 70,000 viewers he peaked at, average 100K, and just kind of put that statement back out there like, hey, everybody, I was over on that website Mixer, which is now shut down because no one was visiting there. It didn't matter who you were. But guess what? I go live on a platform that has legs, and here I am back as one of the biggest streamers in the world. And now he sits back and goes, all right, now who wants me? So I thought that was a pretty interesting decision, because I think that was definitely part of it. But I've barely spoken to Tyler. I know he's been grinding away playing Valorant off stream. He's got his own little team there that he's been playing with. So, hope the best for him. And love. Honestly, I've had a blast game with all those guys. So, hope it all gets sorted, because man, those are some titans. That's like, in the streaming world, that's like if you took 3 of the top NBA players and sat them out for a season just for and they were just gone. Like, if you just took 3 of the top fish in a sport and just now they're just gone when no one expected them to be gone midway through the season, that's where we're at. Not an injury, nothing, just gone.
Oh yeah.
So Andre, you obviously bought a Lamborghini a long time ago, and we've obviously referred to it a couple times this podcast. But when you bought that Lamborghini, if I remember correctly, you were one of the first gamers that I saw that bought a supercar and publicly talked about it. And I thought that was really, really cool. I don't think people should be ashamed of their success and the money that they make. And so my question for you is, you've had the Lamborghini for a while. If you were going to buy a new car to enjoy on the weekends or whenever you leave your house to complement the Lamborghini, what would it be? What's next on the horizons? Because there's no way you don't think about it from time to time, dude.
I bought it already.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah, I got a Model X.
Oh, but
that doesn't count.
hey,
I think it's expensive, man.
I can afford a Model X, dude. Come on, bro.
You can afford a lot, man.
We ain't in the same brackets, my brother. You're not thinking about the stars on the Rolls Royce. You're not thinking about like a Ferrari, McLaren. I mean, nothing.
Man, I mean, not really. I mean, the Lamborghini's fun. I was just riding it today. I took it out after a while, and the Tesla's so much comfier, man. I gotta say. I mean, when you're sitting in a Lambo, it feels like you're sitting on the floor. After a little while, the seats are uncomfortable, but I'm not gonna complain. The car is the funnest thing to drive ever. There's no feeling like popping the top and just, freaking put your foot on the gas. It feels like there's nothing. It's like a roller coaster. It feels like a roller coaster when you do that.
Dude, that's a Batmobile right there, my guy.
She's beautiful.
That is
beautiful.
goals, man. Shit. I'll give you 20 grand for it.
You can come ride it. Come up to Vancouver.
Wow, what a reply, dude.
20 grand, bro. You're just allowed to look at it, bro. No
yeah, that's your.
Oh shit, man. That's
so you got the Model
sick,
X. Yeah, dude, I completely agree with you, man. Here's the thing: is I talk to my stream a lot about going to, buy a 911 or another sports car. I've always loved cars, and I've filtered through a couple, but the Tesla is the car that I've had the longest compared to like the original cars I had, like 2004 Dodge Intrepid, a Pontiac Grand Am, a Scion TC, and then the BMW M3, the E92 that I bought when I was living at the Optic House. I kept that car the longest, then I switched around. But the Tesla I've stayed with for 3 years, And I have to say, it's just convenience, and it's so advanced compared to any other car that you're driving on the road. And like you said, it's very comfortable, because I went and test drove a 911 Turbo S, and obviously you're not driving it for comfort in a lot of ways. I mean, I don't claim for that to be one of the main reasons why I didn't buy it, because I hope to own a 911 one day. But when you're sitting in that Tesla, man, and you have this huge touchscreen with anything available to you, and the seats, the way they cater to you, the technology in the car with the cameras and the autopilot, it just makes driving a completely different experience. And again, for all the car buffs in the comments, I know that's not the point of driving a 911. I know it's like the pinnacle of driving and the driving machine, and all the things I just listed is not why you're driving a 911. But I really do love my Tesla. I really do. So I hope you're enjoying the Model X.
Dude, I mean, I'm afraid sometimes I won't even brake on the Lamborghini, because the Tesla, you know, you take your foot off the gas and it has the feature where it auto brakes, right?
Yeah.
So like you're hardly pressing the brake on that thing. So I have to actively be aware. I'm like, I have to brake in this car. And Lamborghini just rolls when you know what I mean? It's just like, but yeah. You don't buy these cars for comfort. I mean, it could be a small part of it, but you want it for performance and everything else that comes along with it, for sure.
Absolutely. So when you get the Rolls Royce, bro, you let me know, and I'm gonna come hang out.
All right. You might be having to wait a minute, but
shit, bro. If
That's like
I were getting 1 million views on my second channel every day I upload it, bro.
No, mostly because I don't want it, but
What are you most looking forward to? What are you most looking forward to right now, Andre? About just about the scene, about what's going on with you. You know, what is it right now that's keeping you going?
I mean, definitely the second channel. I haven't had a channel where I'm creating, short content on for a while, and I've been putting a lot of passion into there. But I think at this point, it's kind of, finding the right formula and kind of multiplying a bit here. I still think there's a huge avenue for me to take the highlights from my streams and make that its own thing. I want to venture into other things, and it's kind of just building the team from what it's at right now to even bigger in this year and years to come.
Hell yeah, bro. That's so
You're a
sick,
workhorse, man. I respect that a ton.
Yeah, that's all I do, man.
It started from 2008 and still wants it more than ever, man. I gotta step my shit up. Second channel starting tomorrow.
Man,
Jack.
I'm telling you, every day I wake up hungry, and it's what I want to do all day. It's my passion, and I think it's come to a point where I don't have trust issues, but like I want the people to work around me to be the right fit, right? And I feel like sometimes if that's what you're going for, it takes a while to find those right people.
Yeah.
As you learn and evolve, you kind of build that team, and I'm at the point where I think we can take a step further and find more of the right people.
Yeah,
I just gotta loosen up a little bit,
That's funny because that was when I first started YouTube.
Hey guys, I'm so sorry to cut you off. Hey, I know this has nothing to do with you guys. My Tesla repair guy's here, and the podcast can be ending soon. So Jack, I'm gonna let you wrap it up. I'm really sorry. I gotta go talk to this guy and figure out why my car's broken.
Go fix it,
Andre,
bro.
man,
Sweet.
it was a pleasure having you on the podcast. Thank you for just always being a great dude to hang out with, man. I'm so happy for you and all your success. I'm gonna let Jack finish this, but I'll talk to you later, Andre.
Likewise,
Goodbye,
man.
CouRage and Nadeshot Show. I gotta take care of real life responsibilities now. Wow, what a turn of events. This has never happened on the show. This is fucking nuts.
It's just breaking news. Wow. We can easily clickbait a title out of this, bro.
I didn't even get to show him the picture of me and him from 2014.
Bro, you have something.
I'm pulling it up. You ready?
Oh,
That's
damn.
my boy.
Y'all were ugly, dog. Thank God you got rid of
The glow up, bro. The glow up.
Man, it does make you better looking, huh? Yeah, no, dude, I'm telling you, man. I just as our last note, bro. You, Tim, Cypher, all you guys have shown me the light in what I need to begin to do for this second channel, bro. And I definitely want to begin to develop it and build it on out, man. I think that's what.
Oh yeah,
that's what we're doing.
I mean, there's people that have done it right, and just learning from them and kind of following their footsteps and continuing to build stuff is definitely a path. And not only with you, but for so many other people, there's so much growth for opportunity. It's just kind of how much people want to take on, or even sometimes it just takes time to realize things, right?
Yeah.
Realize that you could do this. I mean, I should have started a second channel years ago, but the fact that I don't know, right place, right time, maybe there's a reason it was supposed to be now, but it took a lot of convincing from friends, my manager, and all that to kind of get to this point. But I'm happy, and I feel like it's only the start. Really, I mean, I've been doing this for 12 years, and I feel like I know for sure this is my best year ever, and I feel like it's only the start. Not only for me, but for the industry as well, and for people like you and everyone else. It's in recent years, it's just exploded, and I don't think anyone could have predicted it. But I always say we're not even at the peak yet. We're in the early years, not only of the internet as a whole, but in the early stages of gaming as an industry.
It's so crazy how like with an expected release of like GTA 6, I've heard of like 2022, 2023, like knowing that something like that looms right there, bro. You already know you got that in and of itself is what's crazy to think is you could just do that and your career goes for that many more years longer.
Oh yeah.
Like just that one release is all you need to just continue to have this unbelievable just unbelievable career, fan base, financial income, everything. And then from there you can build it into more. Dude, TG, it means the world that you came on the show, man. I know things were a little bit hectic here towards the end, but I love having these episodes and learning and hearing from you guys. And I know so many people out there who are already huge fans of you. It's just fun to see you just sit down, chat. And I know that, so many of your viewers out there will appreciate you coming on the show and just shooting the shit with the boys. So I appreciate you coming on, man. Any final words before we send out?
Well, it was my first podcast ever for the show. Thanks for having me. I wouldn't rather have it with anyone else. And, I've known both of you guys for quite a while. You're both stand-up dudes, and I appreciate you bringing me on.
Of course.
And I look forward to you guys continuing this and to see you on your second channel, Jack.
Hey, bro, it's coming. It's coming.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm not kidding that it's coming, bro. Like tonight. I'm trying to I need help. What should my second channel name be? If yours is TG Plays, Cypher has more Cypher PK. I don't know if it's gonna be just a plays. I don't know. Like what?
You honestly, dude, that's something that kind of keeps me all tangled up all the time. Coming with a name, I want things to be perfect. I think I'm a perfectionist, but sometimes you just gotta do it. Yeah. I wasn't completely settled on my first name, Typical Gamer. I wasn't completely settled on the second channel name, but action is far more valuable in inaction in most cases.
Folks, that's why he's one of the biggest in the industry. Everybody go down below. If you haven't already followed TG, then go effing do it. You dummies. Go follow Typical Gamer everywhere. Support his second channel. Thank you again for coming on the show. I know I'll speak on behalf of Matt. I know he was like in panic mode right before this was starting because he was like, dude, there was a couple minutes that we were delayed, and he was like, "Oh God, is the Tesla person going to get here before he finished the show?" And well, it unfortunately did. But I know from him, thank you so much for coming on the show. It means the world and supporting us. And with that being said, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of the CouRage and Nadeshot Show. I'm going to hold you to it, bro. When COVID's over, you're coming on the actual studio onto the show.
All right.
In LA, maybe we get another guest, pour up some drinks, have a good time. You already know I'm getting excited.
That sounds
thank
great.
you guys. Good. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. All right. Peace.